Welcome back, everyone. Passover begins in 4 days. So usually we see matzah used in soup, but today Amy Rosen is here to help us pass over some matzah brittle, which to me is like the best invention ever. So why is this your go-to holiday treat?
It's just not Passover without matzah brittle, also known as matzah crunch, matzah crackle. Everyone has a different name for it.
Matzah goodness?
Matzah goodness, the best matzah.
Because you're putting things like, you know, chocolate and slivered almonds and fun stuff in. Go ahead and throw your butter in.
We just got to get this started.
We got to get it started.
We got things to do.
And right now what you're making is sort of like the caramel sauce.
Easiest caramel.
That's going to go.
So, yeah, I just want to get this started, and let's talk about everything matzah.
Yeah, okay. How much butter?
A cup of butter, a cup of packed brown sugar.
Okay.
And you don't even stir it first. You just let it do its thing for 2 to 3 minutes. It'll melt, and you'll whisk it at the end, and then you'll see what happens.
Let's talk a bit about the idea of matzah for Passover. Why does this particular bread, what's the significance of it for Passover?
So many years ago, in ancient Egypt, the Jews were enslaved, and we got out of there in the desert 40 years on the run.
Right.
We had no time for leavened bread. We could cook this flatbread over a quick fire, move on.
Got it.
So during Passover, you can't have anything with a leavening agent in it.
And explain what leavening is.
Yeast, baking powder, baking soda.
Right.
So in the past, desserts were always whipped egg white or flourless chocolate cake. Nothing that can artificially rise your baked goods.
Makes sense.
So that's why we have things like macaroons. What else? See, there's not a lot of choice, actually.
And that's it.
And this is where we are. So Marcy Goldman, a Montreal baker, she came up with this recipe. It's spread around the world. And now we enjoy Passover a lot more.
She's a genius. Anytime you can take a recipe where, you know, you're limited in terms of what you can indulge in and make it something with chocolate and caramel and all these great things on it, like, yes.
And it's like 3 ingredients. Jewish and non-Jewish people can equally eat matzah.
It's yummy.
We don't own it. So it is a cracker. It is a delicious cracker. And you can have peanut butter on it. I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. A peanut is a legume. I can't have peanut butter on my matzah. I can have jam, cream cheese, butter, what have you.
So this is all starting to smell really good.
Wait, can I give you one tip about matzah, though?
Tell me.
I don't know if you can see that one piece is whiter here. I ran out of the egg matzah. This is regular matzah. Egg matzah, to me, tastes twice as good as regular matzah. So if you're at the store, and again, you get this at any grocery store, and you see egg matzah, buy the egg. And don't accidentally make this, like I almost did, with onion matzah.
Okay, a little bit of savory and sweet happening if you use the onion.
I'm just whisking. If it was a little hotter and the sugar had a little more time to melt.
Well, I do have a question about the
comes
sugar.
Together.
You said it has to be packed brown sugar. So
do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, so let's say you're spooning your sugar into a measuring cup. It's light. You never pack white sugar, but brown sugar, it means you want more. You just push it down. And it usually means there's probably a quarter more cup than if you didn't pack it.
Got it.
So this is about the ratio. Some people, this doesn't come together for them. It's because they have too much butter in it.
Is there such thing as too much butter?
Well, if you don't want a separated caramel. But other than that, no. See, so it's coming together. It's there, we're there, we're there. And guess what we're going to do now?
Well, I assume that caramel is going on that matzah.
You are correct.
The good matzah and the dry matzah.
The one piece. Well, it's all pretty dry, if we're being honest. So 6 pieces of matzah. You do want to put, I don't usually like to waste foil, but this is a cleanup job if you don't line this with foil. And also, you won't be able to get the matzah off. So this is ready. All we do is we pour it over the 6.
Oh, gosh, yes.
All right.
Very nice.
Our oven is preheated to 350. You can use an offset spatula or a spoon, and you just want to make sure it gets all and under, you know, because it's a little overlapping. And I'm heading over to the oven now.
Right.
Watch me go.
It goes into the oven for not very long, actually.
10 minutes.
For just 10 minutes. And that caramel coating is going to
seep in, caramelize.
It looks really good.
You can already smell how, and
yes,
you can smell how different that is now.
It's become bread candy already.
Exactly.
So now our next step.
Our
is
next
what?
step, 2 cups of chocolate chips.
Yes, ma'am.
You'd think, oh, I have better chocolate. I'm going to use the good stuff.
Yeah.
You want chocolate chips, and chocolate chips are good as well.
Yeah.
Because they will harden the way you want it to after, okay?
All right. So you put those on like that and they just melt on their own?
So in a couple of minutes,
yeah,
they absorb the heat,
yeah,
they melt, and then you spread.
Okay.
Okay? If we just stand here and count to 30,
yeah,
that'll make great television, and it'll be...
It's going to be...
We're not going to wait. We're not going to wait.
It's going to be scintillating.
But I promise you it melts, okay? And then what happens once it melts?
Once it melts, now you've got some toppings that you can add to it, and you want to do that while it's still hot.
Exactly, because then it'll stick to the melted chocolate.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that you can put whatever you want on it. Some people leave it plain chocolate.
Yeah.
Little finishing salt, like some Malden salt, delicious.
That's good.
You can put almonds. I toasted almonds. You can have sprinkles for the kids. What I like to do is actually break it up in half.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm doing sprinkles on one and almonds on another.
Yeah, I love how you said sprinkles for the kids because that's the one I picked.
Okay.
I got to try a little bit of it. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I was already a fan of matzo, but this is amazing. I would eat this as a meal, actually.
I often do. And then once this is done, fridge for 10 minutes. It sets, you break it up into pieces. You're a hero.
Oh my gosh, you're my hero. Thank you so much, Amy. And as always, you can find this recipe on our website, cityline.tv. It's so good.